Hey everybody, and welcome back to the StarCityGames.com Invitational here in Baltimore. I'm here with recent Grand Prix champion Reid Duke. Reid, going to tell us a little bit about your legacy deck for today.
All right, well, this is Natural Order Rug. The big thing about this deck, and the thing my opponents complain about all the time, is that it's tough to play against, it's tough to sideboard against. The thing is, I attack from so many different angles at the same time that it's tough to prepare for all of them, and if you over-prepare for one, you might get caught by something else. So the obvious, key part of the deck, its namesake, is Natural Order for Progenitors. I also have Planeswalkers that I can resolve, and I also have a handful of creatures to combine with Exalted and Burn that can attack the opponent's life total pretty fast if they're not prepared for it.
Yeah, see, one of the more impressive things I think about this deck, and even historically last year it was doing pretty well on the Open Series, is that it can attack from multiple angles. You've got the beats, and then you've got the combo.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we were just talking about is this deck kind of seems to have fallen off after Mental Misstep was banned. Does that sound about right to you? And why do you think that is? And maybe what have you done differently that some of the decks that were playing Mental Misstep back then, what are you doing to compensate for maybe the loss of Mental Misstep?
I originally built the deck and had a little bit of success with it before Mental Misstep was even printed. Mm-hmm. But that said, Mental Misstep was definitely a great addition to it because it was didn't particularly hurt the deck, and it was easy to just throw a couple in, and it could stall the opponent long enough to resolve Progenitors. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the deck has had to evolve a little bit, especially with blue-white Stoneforge and on all the varieties being popular. Mm-hmm. I've had to streamline things a little bit. Those decks are really good at fighting creature battles, and so is Maverick, and so is Reid Duke. So it's, compared to the past, it's less common for me to kill my opponents with Tarmogoyf and Vendilion Click.
Right. And
I've had to streamline things a bit more to hinge on resolving a 4-drop. Particularly this new Esper Stoneforge deck has Perish after sideboard, so I can't just play Progenitors and be like, all right, that's what I got.
Yeah.
However, Jace happens to not be a green creature,
right?
And it happens to win the game almost as well. So I've got all this mana acceleration, I've got all this card selection, I've got all these free and cheap counter spells, and so my decks and the Vendilion Clicks are crucial also. The deck's really built to resolve a 4-drop spell, do it quickly, and do it reliably, and that's a pretty good recipe I've found for Legacy these days.
So what do you feel like are your good matchups, and what are you expecting to see today? I assume they're going to be overlapping quite a bit.
The blue-white matchups are good for me.
Okay. And
anything that's basically trying to attack me with creatures, like a green-white or a Naya, anything like that can't stop Progenitors, it's easy for me to just go over the top. Knight of the Reliquary is traditionally a really tough card for Rug to answer because it's too big to burn.
Right.
But if I get into trouble, I can just play Progenitors and try to ignore everything they're doing.
Right. So anything you don't want to see?
Rug Delver is not easy. I would maybe even go as far as to call it unfavorable, but so many of the cards we have in common, and I have, Natural Order can definitely be good if the game plays out a certain way. So I would say that's not easy, but it's definitely winnable.
Okay. Any certain card that you're expecting to maybe stand out, or you feel like it's?
Yeah, the Sylvan Library is really exciting. I have one main and a second one sideboard.
Okay.
There are a lot of decks, especially I guess with Stoneforge Mystic and Snapcaster Mage being popular, along with Swords of Plowshares and Path to Exile. It's tough for the very aggressive decks to do well in Legacy, like the mono red Burn and the Zoo. So basically anything that's not trying to attack my life total quickly, Sylvan Library is just insane. You draw 3 cards and get a free Sensei's Top every single turn.
Definitely. All right. Well, thanks for sharing your deck with us, and good luck in the Invitational.
Happy to. Thanks a lot.